Sex steroids are estrogen, testosterone, and their derivatives. Estrogen and testosterone are present in everyone. It's their ratios that determine their effects. So today we'll talk about how you can optimize their ratios depending on your specific life goals, because the ratio of estrogen and testosterone in every individual has a profound influence on feelings of well-being, optimism, anxiety or lack of anxiety, reproduction, and sexual behavior independent of reproduction. They are profoundly influential. Most people associate anabolic steroids with sex steroids or steroid hormones. Anabolic steroids are testosterone derivatives or testosterone itself, and they are widely used and abused in and out of sports. However, there are numerous other drugs that are not anabolic steroids that are also abused in sports. If you want to optimize your hormones, you should first understand where they come from. There are numerous glands in the body that produce hormones, including the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, the gonads, the ovaries, the testes, and the thyroid gland. However, when it comes to sex steroid hormones, estrogen, and testosterone, the major sources are the ovaries for estrogen and the testes for testosterone. Enzymes are things that can change the chemical makeup of substances. Aromatases are the enzymes we'll be discussing today. Aromatases are the enzymes that convert testosterone to estrogen. A male with a lot of testosterone will have some of it turned into estrogen via aromatase, which is produced by body fat as well as the testes. Many people are unaware that the testicles have the ability to produce estrogen and aromatase. It's important to remember that the levels of the hormones testosterone and estrogen vary greatly across the lifespan. If you wish to examine your hormones, you should do so in collaboration with a medical professional. An endocrinologist can assist you in sorting through such information. The crucial thing to understand is that prepubescent females produce extremely little estrogen. When we talk about estrogen, we mostly mean estradiol, which is the most active type of estrogen in both men and women. So prepubescent females have very low estrogen levels. Levels of estrogen, aka estradiol, increase at puberty. Estrogen levels vary throughout the lifespan based on the stage of the menstrual cycle. However, when one approaches menopause, which normally occurs between the ages of 45 and 60, estrogen levels plummet, and postmenopause estrogen levels are extremely low. In addition, testosterone levels change throughout life. In males, testosterone will be relatively low throughout prepuberty, explode during puberty, and subsequently decline at a rate of roughly 1% per year, according to current data. Some data shows a tremendous variation in testosterone levels. There are many examples of men in their 90s who still have testosterone levels that mimic pubertal levels, which is remarkable and speaks to the enormous variation in testosterone levels across individuals. The adrenals are the other glands and tissues in the body that produce these hormones, testosterone, and estrogen, as I just described. The adrenals are located directly on top of the kidneys, and the release of these steroid hormones from the adrenals, particularly testosterone and some of its related derivatives, is mostly triggered by competition. Competition has a significant impact on sex steroid hormones, and sex steroid hormones have a significant impact on competition. Most individuals are unaware that most males of a given animal species never breed. In reality, they never have sex at all, yet testosterone plays a significant role in selecting which members of a given species will have the opportunity to reproduce. Which members of that species will have access to females is well established in species such as elephant seals, antlered animals, and rams, where higher testosterone levels correlate with higher access to females. Females are recognizing and select guys with high testosterone levels because they are more responsive to them. Males with higher testosterone levels will forage further and fight harder for females. This is quite intriguing because there is now very solid evidence that testosterone can reduce anxiety, boost novelty seeking, and enhance competitive interactions. The amygdala is a brain area that translates to almond in Latin. The amygdala is well known for its role in fear. It is engaged in threat sensing and sets our anxiety levels as well as what we consider scary or excessive. Testosterone released from the gonads and other parts of the body binds to the amygdala and raises the stress threshold. Testosterone has the remarkable ability to make work feel good, but what I really meant was that testosterone reduces tension and anxiety, particularly in men of a given species. This is significant because we frequently think of testosterone as producing masculinization, virilization, or any of a number of other adjectives, but what does it actually do when it comes to mate choice and competition? What it's doing is lowering the threshold for anxiety, and it's doing so in a positive way. It chooses individuals of a certain species who are ready to suffer more. However, it also decreases pain, so they may endure less in pursuit of reproduction and females. It's generally established in humans that both males and females with higher amounts of testosterone seek out greater novelty, and I'd like to point out that even those without testes have testosterone, and testosterone peaks have identical effects whether someone has ovaries or testes. Increases in testosterone are associated with increased foraging, novelty seeking, increased libido, and an increased desire to mate. Increases in testosterone encourage competitive and foraging-type behaviors in both humans and other species. However, it is also true that competition can raise androgens such as testosterone. Competitive situations can boost testosterone levels. Some individuals believe that when you win, your testosterone rises, and when you lose, your testosterone falls. To some extent, this is correct, although it has no direct effect on the gonads. Dopamine, a neuromodulator, is responsible for this. Dopamine is released in the brain in ways that the pituitary gland does not. This gland resides on the roof of your mouth and releases hormones that support the release of more testosterone, and winning does actually promote more dopamine and, later, more testosterone. In the short term, simply fighting boosts testosterone regardless of whether you win or lose. This could be an ancient mechanism by which androgens like testosterone feedback to drive more competitive behavior. Because the competition involves all species. Not every member of a species has the same quantity or quality of mates, and this is true in both ways, for males and females and everything in between.